Today we're doing an update on the EG4 8K hybrid inverter. The first one arrived defective. The second one by Mega Revo, which is the same exact unit as this, but it's relabeled under Mega Revo, had software issues and I couldn't get the grid interactive features to work. Both of those issues are in a very long video if you want to watch that. And now this is the third unit, and I've actually had it on my wall running my shop for a couple days now. And unfortunately, I'm having multiple issues. The software in this unit is absolutely horrendous. So let's talk about the issues I'm having. A few nights ago, I took the LV6548s that were on this wall, I removed them, I installed the 8K and the Victron Energy MPPT. This combination in my workshop is fantastic because it's dead silent, it's very powerful, it has grid interactive features and remote monitoring. If I can get this thing to work, it will be amazing. And right after I installed it, I had zero issues. I turned on the inverter, it was powering 240 volt loads, I discharged the batteries to zero, and the inverter turned off that night. Everything was perfect. But the next morning I had two error codes, the inverter output would not turn itself back on, and it was not charging from solar. And the two error codes I had was error number 4 and error number 14. Error number 4 is battery low voltage, and that's going to fix itself after it starts charging, but it's not charging automatically, so that error code will not fix itself. Next, I got error number 14, bus over voltage. I read in the manual, it wasn't telling me anything useful, so I called up Signature Solar. The first phone call to Signature Solar failed. After 3 minutes, it automatically hung up, and I was like, that was strange. So I called them a second time, and then it finally connected, and I was talking to somebody in the support department. And in their troubleshooting protocol, for error number 14, it pretty much just says, check the settings, restart it, and then talk to the distributor if you have any further issues. It was completely useless. So what did I do? I turned it off and turned it back on again, and then it was working. And I was like, all right, well, if it doesn't happen again, I'll be happy, but we'll see. So next, I set up the Wi-Fi dongle with remote monitoring, and it works really well. The setup was very easy, I had zero issues, and Signature Solar could check on my settings to see if they see anything that could be causing those previous error codes. And they say that they don't see any issues, the settings are fine. And then 2 days go by, and everything works perfect. It turns itself back on, it charges from solar, everything seems to be working great. But this morning, it is not charging from solar yet again. So let me show you what I'm seeing on the screen. We have no error codes, and there's voltage at the PV input. It's connected to 2 different strings, and it is not charging. Oh, it just started charging. What the heck? It's charging now. God dang it. I'm gonna post some pictures right now showing you what I saw this morning. It showed voltage, the panels were exposed to full direct sunlight, and I was not getting any charging. They're actually messing with the settings right now, Signature Solar, so let's see if maybe they have an update and they got it to work. Oh, he changed the settings remotely. What did you change? Battery priority. He said he changed it to battery priority. He was on self-consume before. Battery priority seems to work, but why would it not charge from solar when it's in self-consume mode? It should always charge the batteries if it has solar available. This manual is useless. It really doesn't tell me what self-consume means. I'm reading it right here. They have more documentation on their website, or you can request for them to email it to you. But again, this is not good enough. They need to change this. They need to write their own manual. Also, it says that the MPPT has a possible tracking problem. So there might be some more issues to uncover. But yeah, only time will tell. I'm gonna run this for the next couple days and try to get it to work. But man, I do not like this thing so far. The amount of software issues I've had with all 3 units now is just crazy. So hopefully I can update you with good news in the next segment of this video. So yeah, I will let you know. So we actually have some good news this time. They fixed the settings. They really messed with the MPPT settings. I have not updated the firmware. I thought this had the new firmware, but I guess it doesn't. I'm supposed to update it, but they actually changed some settings and we are actually getting power. It turned on this morning, it started charging, so I'm gonna give it like another week to make sure it's actually working before I make an opinion about it. But it's nice that they can access it remotely and change the settings for you. So hopefully all of these that ship out will have the same settings that I have that actually work, because if they don't, it's unusable. It really is. But if it has good settings and it actually works, then we'll all be happy. So we'll run it for another week and see if I can find anything else wrong. So I haven't had any issues for a couple days, but now we finally have an error code and it shut down the inverter output. It says that it's battery over voltage, error code number 5. But the voltage is 57 volts. It should be fine. So I'm gonna check the settings again. Signature Solar did check my settings and said everything was good. There has to be something I'm missing. Battery over voltage protection, so I need to find this. So it's under lead acid. We're using that setting because I don't have communication set up. And I really don't feel like getting it to work on here because I think it won't work. Over voltage protection, 57, that's too low. All right, let's raise this and it should be good. You know what, I set this to 60 when I first set this thing up. I wonder if Signature Solar changed it. There we go, 60 volts. There's no reason it should go up this high. Okay. Will the error code go away? Battery over voltage still? Maybe I didn't save the setting. Yeah, we're at 57 volts. We're still under 60. Let's go back into settings again. Oh, it didn't save. We'll do 62 volts. And press back. Press enter. It still didn't change it. And this menu is awful. It doesn't tell you what you need to know. It is awful. I sound like I'm complaining a lot. I just want it to work. I want to do other things with solar than mess with the software all day. That's all we've been doing for so many videos now, is just messing with software issues. Let's try holding down enter. That'll do it. Maybe these two buttons at the same time? Nope, that's not right. I'm trying everything to save this setting and nothing works. I've checked the manual. I can't figure it out. Let's call up Signature Solar real quick. I'll hold enter and then I also press back, and no matter what I do, it will not save the setting. And it's under lead acid mode, by the way. So they're gonna change the settings remotely and hopefully this fixes the issue. And this is a new issue. We still haven't figured out the bus over voltage. I don't know why that happened either. And I need this on right now. This is running the heat pumps, and then when it all shut down, I was like, oh gosh dang it. So I need this to be running right now. Really? 60 volts is the max, okay. Oh, it did work this time. Oh, good. Well, perfect. Hopefully this fixes the alarm. It turned off the inverter this morning because of the over voltage from the battery. Yes, it's gone. Okay, it can turn on now. Thank you so much. We got it to work, guys. So let's give it another week and see if we run into any more issues. Like I said, I really want this thing to work, but there's just so many little issues with the software. I was just about to leave my house and we got another error message. And it is the bus over voltage that I had a few days ago. And Signature Solar does not know why I'm getting it. We don't know a solution. The manual is pretty useless for the troubleshooting guide. I don't know why the bus voltage would be too high. So I don't really know how to proceed besides turn it off, turn it back on again. It might happen in a week, it might happen in a month, it might happen in another hour, I'm not sure, but it does turn off the inverter output and that's a big bummer. The LV6548s, I would have them on for months at a time with 0 error codes, 0 issues at all. These issues are very intermittent and I'm not sure what's causing them. And this is the 3rd unit, so this is a problem. Every single one I've had has some kind of issue. And on paper, this thing looks fantastic. I really want this thing to work. And in my shop, it's very quiet. And it's a high quality unit, like it looks fantastic, but this software is not working with me. It's very difficult. I'm actually gonna end this video because I thought I was gonna find a solution and get this thing working, but this error came back and I don't know how to solve this one. So yeah, I'll make a new video in the future if I get it working, but for now, this is not something I like. This is not usable for most people, in my own experience. And I've had my entire experience on film. You can watch my first video and all the issues I had, and then watch this video. But yeah, I can't get it to work, guys. It shuts itself down for random reasons, and I don't know why. Anyways, thanks for watching the video. Another video of me messing with bad software. I will see you in the next video. Bye.